So therefore, we have the x is equal to 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 9x, 3 minus 1 is 2. That is our du dx. Hello, welcome to Basic 2 Tech for students, teachers, and math education. Today we're doing product of functions, which is a part of calculus. Before we continue, let's quickly do a recap of some basic differentiation. We know that when we have, for example, y is equal to x to the power n, the formula for differentiation is with respect to s is the y over the x is equal to the power multiply the function. So we have n times x, then we subtract 1 from n, which is the power. So we have n minus 1. Again, when we are differentiating a constant with respect to x, it gives us 0. When we differentiate sine x with respect to x, it gives us cos x. Again, when we differentiate cos x with respect to x, it gives us a negative sine x. And when we differentiate exponential x with respect to x, this gives us exponential x. These are very basic and also useful differentiation that we have to know as we go into the world of calculus. Let's return back to our today's topic, which is the product of functions. For example, we are given y is equal to u times v, where u and v are functions of s. For us to solve this with respect to s, the formula is the y, the x. So we are differentiating this function with respect to s. The first thing we do is to put down the first function, which is u. So we'll put down u, then we multiply this with the differentiation of v. So it's u times differentiating v with respect to x plus we put down the second function, which is v, then we multiply it with differentiating u. So we differentiate u with respect to x. This is how we differentiate products of functions. Again, we put down the first function and we differentiate the second function with respect to x. Plus, we put down the second function and we differentiate the first function with respect to s. Let's look at some questions. Here is a good question. Differentiate y equal to 3s cubed times exponential x. Again, as you can see, this is a product of two functions. Here is our first function, we call it u, and here is our second function, we call it v. Remember the formula, which is the y, the x, is equal to u, the v, the x, plus v du dx. So let's start with the first function. The first function is u, and we have u, and u is equal to 3x cubed. And if we differentiate u, we have du dx will give us, remember, the power will multiply the function. So we have 3 times 3 x, then we subtract 1 from the power, so which is 3 minus 1. So therefore, we have du dx is equal to 3 times 3 is 9. So we have 9x, 3 minus 1 is 2. That is our du dx. Our next function is v. So we have v is equal to exponential x. And remember from our last slide, when we differentiate v with respect to x, we get exponential x. So the v dx will give us exponential x. So now we've known all our variables. So our u is 3x cubed, the v dx is e to the power x, our v is exponential x, and our du dx is 9x squared. So right now we substitute into the equation. So my u is 3x cubed times my dv dx is exponential x plus my v is exponential x multiplied by du dx is 9x squared. So 3x cubed times exponential x gives us 3x cubed exponential x plus exponential x times 9x squared will give us 9x squared exponential x. So this is our answer. But we can simplify this equation by factorizing. And we have something in common. First thing we do is to open the bracket and we look at the common number between both this and this. So we have 3, we have 9. So 3 can divide 3, 3 can divide 9. So I'll bring out 3. Here I have x squared, I have x cubed, so I can bring out x squared. I have exponential x, I have exponential x, so I'll bring out exponential x. If you want to learn how to factorize, please leave a comment in the comment section and I will make a video on factorizing. So when we divide this common factor by this, we get x plus 3 divide 3 divide 9 is 3, s squared divide s squared is 1, and exponential x divide exponential x is 1. So our answer is 3s squared es open bracket x plus 3. So this is our final answer. Let's look at the next question. Here we are given y equal to cos s times sin x. Again, we have two functions. Here's our first function, we call it u. Here's our second function, we call it v. Remember, to differentiate the product of functions, we use dy dx equal to u dv dx plus v du dx. So let's try our best to find what are these variables. So as we know, our u is cos s. And when we differentiate du with respect to x, it gives us a negative sine x. All right. Next is v. V is equal to sine x. And when we differentiate v with respect to x, we get cos s. All right, so we know all our unknown. So back to our question. So therefore, dy dx will be equal to my u is cos s. So I have cos s times dv dx is cos s. I have cos s plus v is sine x and du dx is negative sine x. So therefore, our dy dx is equal to cos x times cos s will give us cos squared x. Now we have a plus and a minus. So a plus times minus is minus. Sine x times sine x will give us sine squared x. So this is our final answer. So when we differentiate cos s sine s, we get cos squared x minus sine squared x. Here is a question for you. Please do this question as a practice question and leave your answer and working out in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.